Hey, thanks for stopping by to check out the video. Today I'm going to be flying Blackhawk with the Navy livery. I'm going to be flying it from the North Island, Halsey Field, KNZY, to the Montgomery Gibbs Executive Air Park. It's a short trip. I'm making this to predominantly show y'all how to do the ILS landing, pick up the glide scope, fly the glide scope in. And then at the end, hopefully I'll be able to get this to hoverland. We'll see what happens. I've been able to do it a couple of times. I found the best way to transition from the from regular flying to hoverland is to switch how I use the iPad. Usually I use the tilt feature for all the flying. However, with the Blackhawk especially, and the other helicopters, when you use that feature, it really makes the autopilot like disengage and not really know what it's doing. So I'll fly this whole trip pretty much with the joystick icon there on the bottom right, and then pause it, switch over to tilt. Because the tilt control is much easier for me. I have a little bit of a belly, and I can set my iPad right on my belly, and as long as I don't breathe too hard, usually it stays pretty pretty stable. So right now I'm just starting up the helicopter, and let me see here. Let me enter in the first VOR. I don't really need to do this because I have a flight plan stored. Oh, by the way, if you get that diff notification on your display when you're starting up, I forget exactly what it says, but go back to the transponder down there and hit the button, the XMD button, I think it is, and then just change it from normal to standby or standby to normal. I forget exactly what it says first, but just hit the button next to it, and that'll get rid of the diff. If you just follow the steps I did when I was programming it, it'll get rid of that diff. You don't really need to do anything with it. It's identify friend or foe. It's not like we can shoot weapons. And I did try to shoot a couple of times with this helicopter, but the joystick doesn't engage. It doesn't engage, so you can fire weapons. Yeah, but this is a pretty short trip. I think it's like 35, maybe 40 miles ish, and I tried recording this using my Android tablet, which is running Android 11, I think, Android 12. I forget exactly which one it's running, but either way, it runs at like 14 frames a second, which is atrocious. So I have to use the iPad, and with the Blackhawk on this iPad, now this is a new iPad running the latest software. I have plenty of memory. I have like 70 gigs of memory left, but for some reason, almost every time I fly this helicopter, the game will crash. And take me back to the main screen of the iPad. So I think I finally found a route where I'm able to fly a whole route, a whole flight, and not have it crash. But the Android is fine. The Android, there's no issues at all, other than 14 frames a second. And if I take all the travel and like minimize all travel, all traffic, and then minimize all the clouds and all that, it still runs at 14 frames a second, even running it at the zero graphics. So, but by the way, I always take off using that go around feature, just because I'm flying with the joystick and I'm not real good with the joystick yet. Maybe I'll get there one day, but for some reason, using my finger or my thumb, it's not really that responsive for me. So I do like to switch displays too, which I'm gonna probably wind up doing shortly, or maybe I'll just do it now. And yeah, for some reason I like having these screens set up that way. But yeah, sit back and please like and subscribe. I definitely appreciate it. I love these simulators. I know I'm not a real pilot, but I do know how to operate most of the equipment in it, and I don't usually crash land. I don't always land where I'm supposed to, but I don't always crash either. Anyways, please leave a comment if you can. Please subscribe, and yeah, let's see how this goes. Alright, let me dial in the nav source and dial in the arrows on the display there. One for the FMS, one for the VOR. Let's see here. Let me dial in the height, because I'm going to be passing over some mountain ranges in a little bit. I do love flying. This is the EC-135 is a fun helicopter to fly for sure. This one is, I love the displays, the cockpit. I wish you could enter an actual flight plan into the FMC down there, but not so much. San Diego, see, look at that. That's the Marriott down there on the bottom left, and Pac Bell Park, where the Padres play, the San Diego Padres baseball team, and then that's the airfield for San Diego International Airport. And I believe that little spot right there, I believe that's where the Chargers, the San Diego Chargers NFL team play. I don't think we're going to be passing by it to where we can see it, but if you go up a little bit north from Pac Bell Park, a little bit northeast, you'll see it in this game. It's looks like a big empty gray circle with looks like a little football field in the middle of it. So, but it's like right up the highways. If you go north up those highways, it'll take you there. Yep. And then the airport we're flying into today, a little bit north of that airport, along the coast, is Miramar. The Top Gun school from the film Top Gun back in '86. I feel the need for speed. Yoo-hoo! It's a pretty good movie. That movie almost made me want to become a fighter pilot, but I think I was a little too short, and my hair was real long, and I was a drummer for many years, and many a rock and roll band, and did quite a few tours and all that, and yeah, I had other interests when I was that age to make that decision. I guess now is as good a time as any to actually push the FMS button so my helicopter will follow the flight plan. I forgot to push it. With the go-around feature, once you get up to about 70 knots, then that go-around feature disengages, and you need to either push the FMS button to follow an LNAV route, or you need to go into heading mode and use the heading and adjust the altitude from there. For some reason I forgot. Probably talking too much. Anyways, I'm gonna speed up this video a bit and get closer to the ILS landing, so I'm gonna transition over to that now, and see y'all in a minute. It's a short flight, so not much to cut out, just a few minutes though, but still, it's kind of boring just flying on autopilot. But we're getting close now, so it might be time to switch over to heading. We set the correct heading according to the FMS needle. We change my nav source over to ILS like it shows on the display, and set the right course according to SkyVector and Navigraph charts. It's 281. I believe once we make this turn here, we should be able to pick up the localizer, get rid of, there we go. Adjust the altitude so it's at the right capture height for the ILS. For this ILS, it's 2,500 feet is when we're supposed to intercept the ILS. So right now I'm just arming, localizer, the GS, and that DECL button next to go around. That is that will slow your helicopter down. So once you get around 300 feet, it'll slow down from whatever speed you're at. It'll slow it down to 70 knots for you automatically. So here we go. And the localizer and the glide scope are both captured, so now it's just smooth sailing, and then we will see how I decide to land. If it's, airplane's pretty straightforward, but I've never really had success landing these helicopters. I can fly them with no problem, but landing's a whole different story. That button right there, that secondary button, at nighttime, it makes the helicopter look so fucking awesome. It'll change all like the interior lights from like white, it'll change them to like this really cool blue, and it lights up the whole like top blue. It's really cool. Really cool. Alright, so we're doing pretty good. We're getting ready to get lined up. About a dozen miles away, it looks like. Now I am going to reduce my speed as we get closer. Even more than, what I just did. I usually lower it down to like 110 or 100, and then that way it's not, the helicopter doesn't have to work as hard. Oh yeah, it looks like a school down there. Or a college maybe. But that way the helicopter doesn't have to work as hard, so close to the ground to slow you down. Yeah, I don't see San Diego Charger Stadium. I've kind of lost my orientation a bit from, like, I know how to get there from Halsey Field where we took off from, but that might be it over there, that in the distance, that little gray spot. Yeah, when I'm flying airplanes in the simulator, I love the view from the landing gear view. You get a real clear, like, you can look behind you, you can zoom in and not have the airplane like in the middle. You can, like, yeah, that's probably one of my favorite camera modes in here. All right, so we're under 10. Let's see, we're under 10 miles now. We're doing good. Got the speed, the localizer, the glide scope. We're coupled. That coupled button, if you push that now and go uncoupled, that'll deactivate all the autopilot. That'll deactivate the whole autopilot. You'll be doing everything on your own, and then when you push it again, it'll reactivate the autopilot. It's kind of like an autopilot on and off switch, I guess, if you would. Yeah, I appreciate y'all stopping by, and hopefully y'all are still watching this video. I think this helicopter is amazing, and I haven't found too many videos on. Found some cold and dark starts, and I found some folks that are actually Blackhawk pilots doing VR in this, which is really cool. I wish they would show how to do more how to adjust the collective and the cyclic, for landing, and show a little more on like how to well, I think I'm starting to figure it out, how to adjust the collective for a hover. As you slow your speed down, you really need to increase the hover. As you decrease your, what am I trying to say here? As you decrease your speed, you need to raise the collective. Otherwise, you'll sink like a rock. You should be, from what I understand, somewhere around like minus 300 feet per second. Now there's a really good feature on the display to help you hover. If I decide to hover land, I'm definitely going to bring that part up on the screen. But at this point, I'm not sure how I'm going to go in. I might do the hover, and that way it's just one video for everything instead of, you know, multiple videos. Or I may hover land now and do a whole separate video on hover landing. Who knows? I play this damn simulator every day. According to the IPAX forum, we should be decelerating here pretty soon. I'm going to see if this works. Hey, look at that. It does work. I don't think I've been able to get that to work yet. I really just found out how to use it last night, and this is my first time using it the way that the forums told me. Just making sure that my wheel in the back is going to turn. Still not sure how I'm going to land yet. You know what? Let me just do it all in one video. Let me give me a second here. Let me switch up a couple things. Tilt. Get ready to put it on my belly. There we go. But yeah, you can see as soon as you put it on tilt, you start wobbling. Screw it, you only live once, and this is a simulator. I'm gonna go for the hover landing. I don't care how long it takes me. If this video is 4 days long, that's how long it's gonna take. Let me at least get close to the ground and see how it is to try to... I've never actually tried to land this like an airplane. Like usually around 1,000 feet in the air, I'll deactivate the autopilot, fly it in, you know, follow the glide scope, and if there is a glide scope, and fly it in. Here, not so much. Alright, so let me, the collective kind of in the middle. Make sure my nose is raised up a bit. Start slowing down. Now you can see the display now on the left. I'll zoom in when I'm a little closer to getting this figured out. But you can see that line moving up horizontally. So once those two lines meet right in the middle of the helicopter, if you push the hover button, it should say hover position. Right now it says hover velocity because I'm not... Well, one, it'll do it if you're over 2 knots. If you're like 3 knots or higher, hover velocity will keep your velocity going. However, you can... so hover velocity will keep your helicopter hovering, but it will continue at the same speed. So right now I'm trying to figure out how to hover land. Let me go a little forward here, get a little bit of speed so I'm not landing in the middle of a field here. And we'll see what happens. I am going to get this. I have hover landed before. Now I got it lined up, but I don't need it lined up right now. I don't need it lined up right now. See how it says hover position? That's because it was right in the middle when you hit the hover button. Hover position, there's no more really forward or back. You can use your rudder to rotate around if you need to, but it won't continue forward or backwards. It will keep you there, and then you can use that R-Alt knob to, that's, what does the R stand for? Radar. The radar altitude knob there, and cycle that down until you get, you know, close to the ground, and then once you touch down, you push the park button. So, all right, I'm gonna get this. I am gonna get this. I gotta switch my display again in a minute. There we go. Yeah, the one bad thing about using this, you know, using the tilt of the iPad, it makes pushing buttons a little more difficult. All right, here we go. So I got both of the pink lines. Let me raise my collective, so I'm trying to stay around 300 feet per second. Ooh. No, no. That was close. I'm sure it wouldn't have crashed the helicopter, but a lot of times when you land on places that are not runways or airports in this game, it'll crash and then put you back at, you know, put you back at the beginning of the runway. All right, let's see here. As my passengers are not throwing up from me tilting everywhere. Okay, we're gonna get this right now. I got a good feeling about this. I got the collective right. Now I just need to get the vertical speed. I need to get that down to about -300. So we gotta lower the collective a little bit, maybe raise the nose a little bit. Okay. Ooh, right there, because I got it nailed right in the center, boy. Alright, now we're gonna lower the radar altimeter down a bit, and let's see. Looks like it's a little broken in the game. It's still going backwards. It shouldn't be going backwards. Well, nice thing about the tilt feature is I can just kind of deactivate it by tilting forward. Can't do that with the little thumb joystick icon on the bottom right when you are doing analog. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna land on this damn airport. I told you I don't care how long this video is. I don't give a fuck, boy. I just want to land properly. Here we go. We getting there. We're getting there. Let's slow it down. Let's slow it way down. Yep. We right in the middle. Get in the middle. Bullseye. Bullseye. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, man, we should be, yeah. Alright. Wheels unlocked. My touchdown on the ground. Oh, so soft. So soft, like Charmin. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, well, let's turn this puppy off before it glitches. So we're gonna turn this off now. Let me activate the APU again. If you're still sticking with this video, I certainly do appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. My plan is to put one of these Aerofly videos out once a day, or at a minimum once every 2 days, because I'm playing it anyways. So might as well just send a video out to YouTube so y'all can check it out, and I can watch it. I like watching these videos too. Like I put in my profile on YouTube, I'm making videos that I would like to see on YouTube, but I can't find them. I can't find the videos anywhere. So I'm gonna finish shutting this down, and then I'm gonna dip on out. So thanks for stopping by. Please like and subscribe, share my channel. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks. Have a happy new year, and talk to y'all later.